When we think of really huge seafaring vessels, many of us probably call to mind the doomed luxury liner the RMS Titanic. The reference to its enormous size is right there in the name, but that ship set sail on its one and only voyage over a century ago. And in the intervening years, there have been some truly titanic ships that have traversed the world's oceans. In fact, the Titanic is dwarfed even by the most common of modern-day cruise ships, and those ships look tiny when compared to the vessels we'll be looking at today. The top 10 largest ships ever constructed. For reference, a ship's size is measured using a specific set of specifications. Of course, these generally include length and width, often referred to as beam, but also taken into consideration is tonnage, which can be measured in several different ways and is not always a measurement of the ship's actual weight. For our purposes here, we'll be looking mainly at gross tonnage, which is a standard measurement and related to the overall interior volume of the ship. By way of comparison, the mighty Titanic measured 882 feet long by 92 feet wide, with a gross tonnage of 46,328 tons. Impressive, but not even close to the specifications of the first and smallest ship on our list, the MS Vale Brazil, owned by the Brazilian firm Vale. The ship is the largest bulk carrier in the world. Construction on the vessel was completed in 2011, and it was designed for transporting iron ore from Brazil to Asia, capable of hauling enough steel at one time to construct 3 Golden Gate bridges. The MS Vale is 1,188 feet long and has a width or beam of 213 feet, with a gross tonnage rating, or GRT, of an astonishing 198,980 tons. Well over 4 times the GRT of the Titanic, Vale is still in service, cutting an imposing figure along the waves of the Atlantic, but its route is highly strategic. Due to Chinese maritime laws, it is unable to enter Chinese ports, as it is simply too heavy. Distribution ports in the Philippines and Malaysia allow its cargo to reach destinations within China. When it first entered service in 1975, the Armada was among the very largest ocean-going vessels in the world, an oil tanker with routes crisscrossing the globe. The Armada sailed the world's oceans for 32 years before finally being retired in 2008. It's currently in use purely as a storage tanker, but during its 3 decades of service, it supplied crude oil to ports all around the world. Some of Armada's specifications are no longer a matter of record, but the enormous ship sported a length of 1,225 feet and was capable of carrying massive amounts of cargo to the tune of 380,000 tons. Its top speed of 16 knots was quite impressive when it first set sail, making it not only one of the biggest ships in the world in the mid-1970s, but also one of the most powerful. It may have an inglorious use today, but with its faithful service record and incredible specifications, Armada is still remembered as one of the most impressive tankers to ever sail the seas. Of course, mighty as it was, the Armada-class vessel wasn't the only insanely huge oil tanker navigating the world's oceans in the 70s. The Globetic Tokyo supertanker first set sail in February of 1973 and distributed oil around the world for 13 continuous years. Its 1,243-foot length, longer than 4 football fields put end-to-end, and 203-foot beam made it a sight to behold, as did its distinctive black and red color scheme. Globetic Tokyo could also cruise along comfortably at a speed of 16 to 17 knots, especially impressive considering its gross tonnage rating of 238,232 tons, about 5 times that of Titanic, and deadweight tonnage or capacity of 484,000 tons, over 100,000 tons more than the Armada class. The Globetic Tokyo was scrapped in 2003, but at the time it first touched water, it held the title of the largest supertanker in the world. Its sister ship, the Globetic London, which set sail in 1973, had identical length and beam specifications, but amazingly it could hold quite a bit more weight, with a capacity rating which exceeded the Tokyo by a respectable 276 tons. The TI class of supertankers, constructed by shipbuilder Tanker International LLC, may not technically be the longest or largest ships in the world in terms of sheer size, but when it comes to gross tonnage, they rule supreme. There are 4 currently in various types of service around the world: the TI Africa, TI Asia, TI Europe, and TI Oceania, although 2 are currently being used as moored storage vessels. Their massive GRT of 234,006 tons is currently tops among active vessels, and on top of that, they are among the most aesthetically pleasing oil tankers ever built. The TI class 16 to 18 knot top speed goes a long way toward maximizing its earning capacity, but its eye-popping size also means that there are some waterways which it simply cannot navigate. For example, the Panama Canal is off limits, as the ship is too wide to fit through its recently built locks, and when fully loaded, the Suez Canal is a no-go as well. But the vessels are also notable for their wealth of high-tech features and sensible dual-hull design, which minimizes the chance of a catastrophic oil spill in the event of a hull breach. The TI class checks in with a length of 1,243 feet and a beam of 223 feet. When it was launched on its maiden voyage in 2006, the Emma Marsk was the largest container ship ever constructed. Today it has 7 sister ships, all of which are considered to be among the largest and highest capacity container freighters in the world. The vessel's astounding top speed of 25.5 knots makes it among the fastest vessels of its type in the world, and is due in part to the fact that it is powered by the world's single largest diesel engine, a marvel of engineering which itself weighs 2,300 tons and is capable of a power output of 109,000 horsepower, while burning through 3,600 gallons of fuel per hour. The Emma Marsk boasts an impressive gross tonnage of 174,794 tons and measures 1,302 feet long, with a beam of 184 feet. During the 2006 holiday season, the vessel made headlines for a whimsical reason. The